Good afternoon, students. Is my voice is audible, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why 9 members are only is there? What happened to remaining members? Inform to your friends to join to the class. Okay, now we will go to module 3. Till now we have completed 2 modules, right? Module 3 is about container data types. In these container data types, we are having lists and tuples. Already we have discussed some of the concepts of lists, right? Now we will discuss those lists from starting onwards because some of the students are not attended for the previous classes. Only few people are there in class.
They are coming, ma'am.
Anyone informed? Okay. Okay, we will start discussing the concept of list. Anyhow, students will join later. Okay, see what is here. A list is a compound data type. What is a compound data type? We have discussed that in a particular list we can insert a different data type items, right? So compound data type is nothing but we can insert a different data type values into the particular list. Means you can group values together. Means see, a list can be represented with a square brackets and each item in the list can be separated with a commas. So lists are similar to arrays concepts in C, but the difference between them is in list we can use different data type values. Means we can store different items in the list. The first item can be of string, second item can be of integer, third item can be of float, like that. We can use different data type values can be passed to a list at a time. So the values stored in the list can be accessed using the particular square operator. So each items in the list can be stored in these particular square brackets and each item can be separated with the another big comma. So what is indexing? Indexing is nothing but when we want to retrieve a particular value from the particular list tuple or anything, then we are using index, right? So the first element of the list can be started with the index of 0. So lists are the compound data type variable. We can store different data type values in square brackets and we can use indexing to access a particular value from the list. So index starts from 0. So next coming to creation of a list. How to create a list? See here, the first method is without constructor. Second method is with using list constructor. See, we have discussed already these things before. So let us move with the example. I have created a variable that is my list and I am assigning my list equal to empty square brackets. It is nothing but I am creating an empty list here. So see the second example, list of integers. Here I am passing different integer values to the list. You can observe the first one I have created an empty list. The second thing I am entering manually the values into the list. We have no how to manually give the values to a list and how to give dynamically, right? We have discussed in the previous concept of how to give manually and dynamically. So this is the example of how to give a manual values to a list. So my list is the variable I am creating, and here I am using square brackets. Square brackets here indicates that you are creating a list. 1, 2, 3 are the values that are the index elements of the list. So see third one, list with mixed data types. See the first value is 1, second value is hello, third value is 3.4. It means that we are passing 3 different data type values to the particular list. So third one, next one, see next nested list. We have discussed nested list also, right? So see my list equal to welcome. Welcome is the first index value of list. The second one is 8, 4, 6. It is another list in the list. So it can be called the nested list. So we can give a particular item value as a list also, as well as we can give a particular item value also. So see here, this is a nested list. We are passing, the list can be passed as a variable into the another list, that is called as nested list. So this is what the first method of creating a list without constructor. So see the second method. Second method, here I am using list constructor. The first one is my list equal to list of. So this is what the constructor. List of is nothing but we are using constructor. That constructor name is list. So this is creating empty list with constructor. The second method is my list equal to list of 1, 2, 3. Here we are using constructor of list as well as we are passing values to the particular constructor. So these are the two different methods we can use to create a particular list. So this is what creating a list. Everyone understood? Give the response.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So do you want to note it down?
Yes, ma'am.
Please note down. Creating a list without constructor and with constructor. Just note one example. It is enough. No need to write a whole things. Just note it down one example of how to create a list with constructor and how to create a list without constructor. Just I will give you 1 minute. Please make a note. Okay, have you noted? Student, give response, ma. Have you noted?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, we will see how to access the individual items from the list. Now we have seen how to create a list with constructor and without constructor. This is the next thing of accessing items from a list. So we can access a particular element by using different ways. So suppose I have created a list with values PROBE. Probe I have given, and each value I have separated with comma. So when I want to access a particular element, so the index will be starting from 0, right? The 0th value is nothing but P. First value is R. Second value is O. Third value is B. Fourth value is E. So here my list index is started from 0 and it is ended with 4. Like that, how many elements you are passing to the list, the indexing will start from 0 and the index will be continued by incrementing the value of 1. So here you has to note it down. We can use a positive indexing as well as negative indexing for accessing a particular element from the list. When we want to use positive indexing, it will start indexing from first to last and it is started from 0 to n. And when we are accessing a negative integers, the values will started from end to first. So E is the -1 value, B is the -2, O is -3, R is -4, P is -5. Here you need to remember one thing, that when we are using positive indexing, it is started from 0, but when we are using from negative indexing, it is started from -1 onwards, and it is started from reverse order. So see, E is -1. Like that, we can use positive indexing as well as negative indexing for accessing a particular element or particular item from the list. So this is what accessing elements from the list. We will go in deep. So see, we can use different ways of accessing elements. See the first example I have created. Suppose I have created marks list. Marks list is the list I have used. So here, when I am using print of marks list, then it will print all the elements of the list at a time. So that is for the first method. Coming to the next one, access first element of a list. So here we are using positive indexing, right? Positive indexing, you will start from first to last, and it is started from 0 to n. So when we are using print of marks list of 0, then it will print the first element of the list marks list. So second and third example, access last element of list. We can use nth order, or we can use -1, then automatically it will print last element of the list, because minus values will print values in reverse order. So it will start index from -1. So -1 will give the last element of the list. That is what the last element accessing. Next we can see access all elements one by one values. So here see, for loop I am using, and ELE is the element name I am using. Here you can use any variable names. Here I am using ELE is one of the variable, and in is the membership operator, right? Next, marks list. Marks list is the list name. So what happened? What is this meaning? You know very well. For element in, for ELE in marks list is nothing but all the elements that are under marks list will be accessed in ELE element. So here we are using print ELE. Then what happened? All the elements what are there in the particular marks list, those all items can be accessed one by one into the ELE, and each element will be printed. So this is what accessing a list elements. This is what marks list will give. All the elements, 0 is 1, -1 is negative indexing. Here you can use loops also to access a different elements. So these are the different ways to access a particular list elements. Make it down, note it down, these things. Just briefly make a note. We can use positive indexing as well as negative indexing to access elements in the list. So note down these examples. Anyone having doubts, please raise the question. Don't sit idle. Isma, have you noted? Okay, next we can go to the another slide. See, accessing elements of a list. How we are accessing different elements of the list. Already we have seen this example, right? I have suppose take the example marks equal to 90, 80, 50, 70, and 60. I have taken one student marks and I am creating list. So see, print of marks of 0. What 0? 0 is nothing but index value. So see, marks of 0 will give the first index value from the list marks. So what is the value of the first index value? The first index value is nothing but 90. So our output will be 90. So this is what when we are accessing a normal list. Coming to the nested list, how to access the nested list values. So coming to here, my list equal to welcome, comma 8, comma 4, comma 6. What is welcome? How to access welcome? Marks of my list of 0 will give output as welcome, right? Second, coming to the second one, this is 841 is nothing but first index item in list my list, right? So when we want to access a particular element in a nested list also, then we has to use index like this. See, print of marks of 1 of 0. 1 is nothing but the first index element. So this is list, first index element is list. In that I need to access 0th value. What is 0th value here? 0th value is nothing but 8. Here I am giving 1 comma 0. So it is giving 8. When you are using 1 comma 1, it will give 4. 1 comma 2 will give 6. Like that we can access nested list elements also individually one by one. So this is what accessing a single list. This is accessing nested list. Is it understood, ma? Give response. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Everyone has to give response.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, see, this is what negative indexing. Already we have discussed the negative indexing, right? So, see, my list equal to PROBE is the list item values. See, what print of my list of -1. -1 will give accessing to the last element in the my list. So, what is the last element? E. So, output will be E. Next, we can take another example. My list of -5. -5 is nothing but this is -1. -2, -3, -4, and -5. So what is the -5 value? -5 is nothing but P. Means we need to access each element by reverse order when we are using minus. So -5 output is nothing but P. Like that we can use positive indexing as well as negative indexing to access a particular individual element from the list. So this is what negative indexing accessing of elements. Next, coming to the different methods that are there in the list. How to access the different methods. See here, the first method is nothing but changing or adding elements to a list. I have created a list with particular marks equal to 90, 60, and 80. I have taken one example here, but here I need to change the elements that is already I have created with a list name is marks. So what is the method we need to use? Changing of elements. So how to change the elements? We has to use the index position. So which index value you want to change? You need to make a note for the particular index position. Suppose see here 90, 60, 80 is our list values. So what is marks of 1? Marks of 1 is nothing but 60 value here. So I want to change 60 value to 100. So you can assign like this marks of 1 equal to 100. What happened at that time? The 60 will be modified with a value of 100. And when you are using print marks statement, then you will get an output like this 90, 100 and 80. Like that you can change a particular list item value by using index position and assigning different another value to the particular index position. That is what changing elements that is already created with a list. That is what changing. Next we can see how to add elements to a list. We can use 3 different ways to add elements to the particular list that is already created. So one, if you want to add a particular one item, at that time you can use append method, or if you want to add several items, at that time you can use extend method, or if you want to add a particular item at a particular location, at that time you can use insert method. So these 3 methods are comes under adding elements to a particular list. So we can see one by one in detail. Suppose if you take append method, what is this append method? If you want to add a particular item, at that time you can use this one, right? So what is our marks? Our marks will contain now 90, 100 and 80. So when you are using marks.append, append is the method that is already there. So these are comes under built-in methods. So directly you can use these methods into your particular list. So marks.append will add the particular item value what you have given at the last of your list. So marks.append of 50. So the 50 value will be going to the particular list and it is appended at the last index position. So 90, 100, 80 and 50 we will get. So this is what marks. When you are using print of marks, it will give output like this. Next, the second method of adding particular elements to the list is nothing but extend method. So what is this extend method? Marks.extend of 60, 80, 70. So see here, you need to use, if you want to extend your list at that time, you can use the square brackets under normal brackets. So normal extend is a method. That's why we are using normal brackets. And I want to extend my list, right? So the list can be represented with the square brackets. And I want to extend my list with 60, 80, and 70. These are the three different item values. So when you are using print of marks, our particular list items can be extended to these things. So now our list items will contain 90, 100, 80, 50, 60, 80, and 70. Means these three values are going to be added to the marks list and our list is extended. That is what extend method. Next coming to insert. What is this insert method? If you want to insert a particular item at a particular position, at that time you need to go with insert method. See here you need to pass two parameters. The first parameter is nothing but index position. The second parameter is nothing but value. So marks.insert of 3, 40 is nothing. 3 is nothing but index position. What is this 3? See here, 40 will be inserted at third position. So see, 90, 100 is 0, 100 is 1, 80 is 2, 40 is 3. So at the third position, our particular 40 value is going to be inserted. This is what the output we will get for adding a particular elements to the list. Make a note that we can add elements to the list by using these three methods. The first method is append, extend, and insert. Note it down. Okay, next we will see how to delete or remove a particular element from the list. First we can see deletion of particular items in the list. We are using here del is the keyword. By using del keyword, we can delete a particular items from the list already existed. So see, print of marks. This is our marks list. This is the sample list I have taken. So see, I am using the statement that is del marks of 6. Here we are using index positions to delete a particular item value from the list. So here I am using 6th index position. So the item that is presented at the 6th index position will be deleted from the list. So say del marks of 6. What is the 6th value? See 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 80 is our 6th index position value. So when we are using print of marks statement, then our output will be reflected like this. So the particular 80 value is removed and our marks list is modified to the new content when you are using deletion. So we can use index position as well as we can use like this also. See, del marks. So what happened? Del marks is nothing but all the list items that are there in the particular marks has been deleted and no values will be there. Means total list is deleted. So no marks list is persisted in your system when you are using del marks. So see here, when you are using print of marks after del marks, so what error you will get? name marks is not defined because you have deleted the marks list at total. So when you are using print of marks, you will get a error like this. But when you want to clear the items, but you don't want to delete the list total, just you want to clear the values that are present in a particular marks list. At that time you can use clear method. Clear method is nothing but to empty a particular list, but the list will be presented, the values will only deleted. So at that time you can use marks dot clear method. Clear method will clean the values and it will make empty list. But when you are using del marks, at that time the total list will be deleted. This is what the difference between deletion and clearing method when you are using with list. Make a note. Let's see another example. Here we are using how to remove a particular element from the list. Here to remove a particular element from the list, we have to use remove method. This is also built-in method we are using in the list directly. So see this example. I have created a particular list with marks that having three values 90, 60 and 80, and I am using marks that remove method. So see here, you can use index position to remove a particular value as well as you directly use a value. So see here, marks that remove of 80. What it will take, the particular item value it is taken and it is removing this particular item value and it is giving the values as 90, 60 because here only two values are presented. The third value is deleted. So see the next one, marks that remove of 100. Now at present we are having only two values 90, 60. At that time next we are using 100 to remove because 100 value is not there in your marks list and you are trying to remove this particular 100 value, then you will get an error like this because the value is not there in your list but you are trying to remove the particular value, then you will get an error like this. So what is the error you will get? X is not there in the particular list because the value you are mentioning is 100, but your list value is containing only 90, 60, but you are trying to remove 100. So you will get an error like this. So you can use remove method as well as pop method to remove an item at the given index. What is this pop method? Pop method will remove the last index value in the list. So your marks will contain 100, 20, 30. These are the three different values are there in your particular list and you are using marks.pop method. So 30 is the last index value that is there in the list marks. So when you are using pop method, this 30 value will be deleted from your list. So see the output here. I am using print of marks. What happened? 100, 20 is only giving. The 30 value is removing, right? So you can use like this or you can pass index position also to remove the particular element from the list. So see marks that pop of 0. 0 is the index position. So when you are using this index position, the particular index value at the particular list will be removed. So our index position 0 will contain an element 100. So here 100 will be deleted. And when you are using print of marks, at that time only 20 value is there. This is what remove method and pop method. See here, we are using four methods to remove elements from the list. First one is deletion method. Second one is clear method. Third one is remove method. Fourth one is pop method. So these are the four different methods we can use to remove a particular element or an item from the list. Make a note of these four things. Okay, next, list operations. We are having different operations in a list. You can see one by one operations. The first one is nothing but slicing. We already discussed slicing operations in strings, right? What is the index? See here, when you want to use this slicing operation in list, you can pass like this, list of square brackets. In that you need to pass start position as well as end position as well as step increment value. So these three values we need to pass when you want to use this slicing operation. Start is nothing but starting index position. Stop is nothing but ending index position. Step is nothing but incremental value. Means how many values you need to take. 1 to 1 values means +1 or +2 +3 like that. You can take negative integers also as well as. So this is what step is nothing but increment value. Step value you can take. That is what slicing operation. The next one is nothing but concatenation operation. Concatenation can be represented with a plus operator. Next one is repetition. Repetition can be represented with star. Next, membership is nothing but in. Identity is nothing but is. So these are the different list operations we can use. We can see one by one operation in detail. The first one is nothing but slice operation. What is the slice operation? Slicing is nothing but when you want to pick out a particular values from the list, at that time we can use this slicing operation, right? It can be represented like this. So accessing a range of items in the list by using the slicing operator, and you can use colon to differentiate the starting and ending and step increment value. So see here, you can use this example. In this example, I have taken a list, and this list is containing the values of five values P, R, O, B, E. So we have taken 5 items here. These are the list items. So I want to pick out only some values from this list. At that time, I can use like this, print of list of 0:4. What is this one? Positive indexing we are providing, as well as we can pass negative indexing, right? So see 0 to 4. What is the 0? 0 is nothing but starting index value. 4 is nothing but this one. So the output will be like this. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the output will be like that. You can take the particular position of the particular item. At that time, you can pick out the value what you want to pick from the particular list already it is contained. So this is what positive indexing we can use. See here, negative indexing. Negative indexing is nothing but -2 to -1. What is this -2 value? B. -1 value is E. So what is the output? Output will be B, E. So this is what negative indexing. Like that we can use positive as well as negative. Here we didn't mention the step increment value. Automatically it will take 1 when you didn't mention the step increment value. If you mention step increment, it will take the value what you mentioned. Here you didn't mention the step increment value, so automatically it will take 1. So this is start, this is ending, and automatically step value is 1. This is what slicing operation. Next, coming to concatenation operation. What is this concatenation operation? Concatenation can be done to 2 different lists by using a symbol called plus. So see here, I have created a student list Chitkara with 3 names and student list LPU with another 3 names. Here I need to combine these 2 lists that is already created. So I have taken another variable and I have combining these 2 lists. See here, the first list plus second list, print of combined student list. It will print the all 6 values as a output. But see, you have to make a note that we cannot add a integer with list using plus. We can add 2 lists with concatenation operator plus, but you are not able to add integer values to the list by using plus. So this is what list concatenation. Next, coming to repetition operator. Repetition is nothing but the particular list what you have taken, it is repeated the time how many times we have represented here. So see, I have created ARR equal to 1, 2, 3, that is one list. And I have given in the statement ARR equal to ARR star 3. What it happens here, this particular list is repeating 3 times. So this is the, see here, ARR, I am printing this one. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 means 3 times the same value is repeating here. This is what list operation of repetition. Like this, you can pass. See another example. FREQ equal to, I have taken a list that is the value I have taken is 0 and I am repeating the particular value with 5. So what happened here? This particular value is repeating 5 times and our output will be 5 zeros. This is what repetition of a particular list. How many times you are mentioning here, that much times the particular list will be repeated and it will give as an output. This is repetition operation in list. Next, coming to membership operation. Up to now we have discussed membership operation in different for loops, right? So same I have taken example here. N equal to int of input of enter number of elements. So here I am using input and I am taking input as enter number of elements and I am creating a list that is ARR and I am printing enter the elements of the list. So here I am using for loop for I in range of n. What happened here? What are the elements you have taken? Those all values will be appended one by one into I. In range means it will take the length. So for I in range of n, n is nothing but the length value. So suppose you have taken 10, so 10 times this loop will be repeated like that. The n, how the value of n is depending upon the value of I is depending upon the value of n you have mentioned here, means how many times you are inputting value here, enter number of elements you have given, right? So how many values you have entered, those many times this particular loop will be repeated and this particular statements will be printed. So what happened in the loop? The first time yearly equal to int of input method. So these input method will be calling and it will be printed. Next ARR dot append of yearly. The first time no element is there in our list because you have created an empty list and you are using append method. In this append method, what happened? The value what you have entered in yearly element, these yearly will be going to be appended to the ARR method. So how many times you are entering the values, these all values will be appended one by one by using this for loop and it is added to the ARR list. So after that, print elements of list, you will print this statement and print ARR. So all the list items will be printed here. This is what membership operator in list. Make a note this one, membership operator. So these are list operations, slicing, concatenation, repetition, and membership operators. Have you understood these membership operators? Some of the students have enrolled with your names. Please log in with your roll number. Everyone has to use your domain mail ID and the name should be your roll number. Don't use your names. So see, next, built-in list methods. Now we have seen, up to that we have seen different operations in the list. Now we will discuss about what the different list methods are there. So we have discussed these things, right? Insertion, deletion. We have discussed append, insert, extend. Next, deletion. In deletion, we have discussed pop method and remove method. Including these things, we can have different methods. Those are nothing but count, index, sort, reverse, and some more are there. See these things in brief. Append method is nothing but we can add an element at the end of the list. We have discussed this one with example. Count is nothing but we can count how many times, how many values are there in a particular list. That count it is given. Extend is nothing but we are extending our value set. We have discussed with this one also with example. Next, index. Index is nothing but if you want to pick out a particular index item value, at that time we can use this one in index. And insert method also we have discussed. When you want to insert a particular value at a particular index, at that time you can use this index method. Pop method to remove the item. Copy is nothing but we can copy all the items from the list and we can add those items into another list by using this copy. Remove also we have discussed. Reverse is nothing but we can print the values in a reverse order. Sort method is nothing but we can, what are the values we have passed to the particular list, those all items and we came in ascending order. So these are the different list methods we can have. So we will discuss these list methods one by one in detail in tomorrow's class. Is it understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, anyone having
Yes,
doubts
ma'am.
regarding the class? What is list? How to create a list? How to access the different elements in the list? And what are the operations in the list? These things we have discussed today. Tomorrow we will discuss about list methods.
Ma'am,
Anyone?
membership operation one also ma'am.
Membership operator. Membership operator is nothing but in operator. We are using for loop. See here, see the syntax. For I in range. In is nothing but membership operator here. What happened here? For I is nothing but the variable you have taken, and range is nothing but how many values it want to increment. At the first time it will take first value 1. So suppose suppose if you want to continue this loop 100 times, at that time you can pass 100 values. So I is nothing but how many values you are passing, that much values is assigned to the I, and in is nothing but the n value here you are taken is assigned to the I. Like that it will repeating the loop as well as the nth value. Suppose n value is 5. If you take 5, then these 5 value is assigned to I and your loop is repeating 5 times. And if you take n value is 10 and the particular 10 value is assigned to I and this particular loop is surrounded by 10 times. So that is what in operator. In is nothing but these n value here you are assigning to the I. That is what membership operator in. Not only list, tuples లో కానీ స్ట్రింగ్స్ లో కానీ మనం ఇంతకు ముందు చూసిన ఇంటీజర్స్ for everything in operator purpose is same. That is what membership operator in. So the value here, what you are taking at right side, it is assigning to the left side. That is what in operator. Is it understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Rizwana ma'am?
Ma'am, are you able to hear me?